Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Cook and Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're here in Sheffield the night before Dalton Smith versus Sam Maxwell. And Mr. Sam Jones rocks up. How are you, mate?
I'm all good, mate. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And you kind of come at the Fighter Hotel at the right time. You're in the news. Twitter beef last night?
No, mate. It wasn't that last night. It was this morning.
Oh, okay.
You're behind, aren't you? Yeah, this morning, mate. I logged on to Twitter this morning and just seen loads of notifications and yeah, bit mad this morning, but all good, mate. All good.
Right, let's talk about it. Josh Taylor. Yeah. I've never personally seen you really say anything negative about Josh Taylor. So, just for people who doesn't know, he's commented on one of your posts from 2 months ago.
Yeah,
is it?
Back, yeah.
And kind of went back and forth for a bit. But just in your own words, explain what happened, mate.
I don't know, mate. Like, no, I've never had any. I've only ever been really complimentary about Josh because I'm a fan. I was a fan of his, to be honest. I just think he fucking lost to Jack Catterall, and I don't know, listen, he put some laughing faces on a post that I did 2 months ago, so I find it a bit weird, because he's on a honeymoon in Mexico, like, so it's a bit weird in itself, like, searching Twitter and whatever, God knows whatever time it is, but, yeah, he posted some laughing photos. Jack Catterall, I think, commented on it, and I just tweeted Josh saying it's a bit weird, like, commenting on my post of this long ago, hope all's well. I can't remember really what I said to him, but, yeah, and then he went on an absolute rampage at me. So, yeah, it is what it is. We don't take things personally. We should get on with it. Sure, he'll have a sore head when he wakes up, but bottle of water, a couple of Nurofen, he should be all right.
A wish, Eddie Hearn, I think he said.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've heard that so many times. Like, I thought, yeah, it's a bit weak patter because it's like, I have heard it so many times. He could call me, I don't know, fat prick or what, like, so, I don't know, be adventurous. I don't know, like, I've heard it so many times, so... Yeah, I think he called me like a council estate prick or something. I don't know, like something along those lines, which I just tweeted him back saying, listen, it's a bit harsh, and if I am an Eddie Hearn on Wish, then I've done very well. I said, I think you're better than those type of comments, but I hope you can, I can't remember exactly what I said to him, string a couple of wins together and hope you get back, find some form soon. Good luck to you. And then he just continued to like have a pop at me, and I just told him to have a taco and relax.
What did you make of his performance against Tio?
Shite. Lost, didn't he? Like, it was, wasn't it? I think he would say that. He started off pretty well, and then Tio just, like, teed off on him, filled him in. But Jack Catterall beat him up, and then Lopez has just kind of finished the job off.
Do you think Josh Taylor's still got a future at the top level of the sport?
I don't, listen, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know him personally, so like I don't really want to know, but like he's talking about moving up, but like what I said, now, it wasn't me being disrespectful. Who's going to fight him? Like, what big fights are out there for him? His biggest fight is Jack Catterall. It's just a fact. It's like, it's not... We're not like chasing that fight. Jack's got loads of big fights lined up, and like we're in talks to make some great fights. So it's not really in Jack's. The Taylor fight was kind of brushed to one side, so it's not as if we're looking for that fight. If that fight happens, it happens. But Jack's not like pushing for that fight. It's more from Taylor's side. It's his biggest night.
We'll move on to your boy, Mr. Jack Catterall then. Yeah. Last time we spoke was in Manchester after his fight against Dara Foley. Just taking some time to reflect. Fantastic rounds, and speaking to Jamie Moore the weeks after, he couldn't really be more impressed with Jack.
Yeah, listen, after Jack being out for so long to look that impressive, I think he did everything other than stop him. But listen, it was good getting good rounds in there for Jack. 10 solid rounds in the bank. Punch perfect, won every round against a very tough, strong game fighter in Dara Foley. Yeah, it's exciting times for Jack now. Like, say we're in the news for probably for the wrong kind of reasons, for Twitter wars. But no, Jack's ready to have some really big fights. The Regis Prograis fight's the one we want. and it's the one that, listen, we're very, very eager to make, but let's see what happens with the Devin Haney situation, because I think DAZN want to make that fight, because it's, I think, 2 Americans, but Devin Haney's got lots of options on the table, and I think if that fight doesn't happen, then the Catterall fight's got to happen.
What did you make of Regis' performance against Zorilla?
Underwhelming, but Regis Prograis is a fantastic fighter. Everyone's entitled to have an off night. This is the problem in boxing, right? Everyone goes, "Oh, you're shit." If you have one bad performance, it's like, imagine that in tennis, like, I don't know, fucking Nadal or Djokovic having a bad performance. "Oh, you're shit." After that, like, you fighters that have off nights. You know what I mean? He didn't lose. He won the fight. He's a fantastic fighter. I just think, what's his name? Zorilla was like, he didn't really cover himself in any glory. Like, he came and put Regis on the floor, and then he just ran for the rest of the night. So it's hard to look good against the opponents like that. So listen, I'm sure Regis Prograis will pick himself up after like a bit of a stuttering performance, and he'll look good again.
We've seen Prograis in some really entertaining fights. Obviously, the Josh Taylor one over here in the UK. Do you think if that Jack Catterall fight does happen, they will bring the best out in each other?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think the fight will happen in the UK. Listen, we'd love it to be happening there, but I think Jack would have to go over there to fight Regis. But no, they would bring the best out of each other, because I think they'd have 2 really good styles that would gel really well. 2 southpaws as well. So it'd be a very, very good fight.
Well, it looks that Devin Haney is probably the slight favourite for Regis Prograis at the moment. From what we say, would you say that's right?
Maybe not, but he's got a lot of options on the table. You know what I mean? I know Top Rank want him to fight Lomachenko in a rematch. That's a great fight. I think he should take that fight, because I think he lost against Loma. I don't think it was this robbery that everyone was crying about, but I think Loma definitely won, in my opinion. Devin got the nod. Which, I know there was a lot of uproar, but I thought Lomachenko won, but I thought it was a close fight. I think he should readdress that and then step up to 140 and start challenging everyone.
If the Catterall fight can't be made for Prograis, who else could we see Jack Catterall fight next?
I don't know. There's a few options on the table. I've just discussed with Frank there. I can't go into names, because I don't want to, like, if it doesn't happen, then you just look like an idiot, don't you? So, but no, there's a few names that are some impressive names there for Jack to fight. Listen, it's got to be big fights now for Jack Catterall going forward. Jack's proved himself at the top of the table. I think he's the best 140 in the world, and he's prepared to prove it again.
How important is it to get a world title, though?
Yeah, very important. Jack wants to become a world champion. That's why I say, with Jack, if you ask Jack to fight who he could fight in the world right now, he wants to fight Regis Prograis. And not a lot of people wanted to fight Regis before his last performance. They've seen a bit of a stuttering performance, and now all of a sudden they think he's not very good, which isn't the case at all. He's a fantastic fighter. Jack's wanted to fight him. As I say, that the fight was meant to happen not long ago with Regis Prograis, and it fell through. So let's pick it up, and hopefully we can get the fight made.
Excellent. We'll move away from Jack Catterall. You've just announced a few signings: Owen Rees, Mark Dickinson, Georgia O'Connell. The stable is ever growing, mate.
Yeah, we've got Cameron Vong, who's just signed with Matchroom. We've got Dan Tao, 10-time national champion. He's got a promotional deal announced very soon. Georgia O'Connor, Owen Rees. Yeah, so some good signings up north.
And you're going to grow, nurture that kind of young talent who's, a lot of them have had a high pedigree amateur level, and they'll be coming through.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark Dickinson as well. I know he's already had a few fights. So he's with Matchroom, so a good fight for him next. I think we're going to try and do the Grant Dennis fight, which will be a very, very good fight. Good step up for Mark. I think Mark will deal with him in good fashion. Then listen, keep stepping Mark up. Mark's a future world champion in my opinion. So yeah, mate, I've got some very, very good young talent. Young Muhammad Ali from Leicester. He's going to be back out on the Birmingham show in August. I think August. Can't remember what date it is, but yeah, in August in Birmingham. I've got Khalil Majid. He was meant to fight at the back end of July, but I think he's going to have to get moved to an August show. Yeah, so it's good, mate. Like, very, very good. I'm very excited about my young fighters.
Are you always on the lookout for new talent, or have you kind of got your stable now?
No, yeah, I'm not. I always have a look and see what's happening in the amateurs. But mate, genuinely, like, if you can ask any one of those fighters there, I don't approach them. They message me. I let people. I don't think it's. I don't know. I messaging fighters. Oh, you sign me. I don't really do that. If you want to work with me, fantastic. If not, good luck. Don't need to go poaching fighters.
Someone you did work very closely with for a number of years is Joyce, and he just had his rematch announced with Zhilei Zhang yesterday. How do you think that goes, and what does Joyce need to do differently to make it a revenge?
He needs to move his fucking head for a start. Big Joe. No, listen, Joe, from his last performance, from what I gauged of it, I wasn't there, I wasn't in camp, but I've been around Joe a long time, and he just looked like he maybe overlooked Zhang. The sparring preparation, I don't think was up to much. I think that, listen, all that stuff about everyone getting sticks saying, oh, he never sparred southpaws. He 100% sparred southpaws. Like, you don't have to be a genius to know to fight a southpaw. You need to spar southpaws. I just think the level of sparring wasn't the best. I think he needs to get in a Jalalov, someone like that who hits very hard, who's big, just as big as Zhang, 20-odd stone, and prepare diligently. I think that he may have overlooked him a little bit with all the noise of the AJ fight, the Tyson Fury fight. He needs to be a stone heavier, his normal fighting weight, and I think Joyce beats Zhang. I mean, I know people say no, he won't. He's maybe done, because I know he's 38 this year. I believe a Joyce that's firing on all cylinders, a fully prepared Joyce beats Zhilei Zhang. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm backing Joe to get his revenge.
Last one, Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte. Will it happen? Do you want it to happen?
Of course I want it to happen. I think it's a great fight. I think that it's a must-win for both. I think it'll be a very nasty, spiteful build-up, which is what we all like to see. We like to see a bit of spite. And then if Joshua gets through that, which I think he probably will, the Dillian Whyte fights, the Deontay Wilder fights, one of the most exciting fights you can make in world boxing. And I think everyone would be excited to see that fight.
Excellent. That segues us nicely to the day after IFL TV Live at the O2 Indigo. If that fight's happen, you going to be there, Sam?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there definitely to see it all go down. I'm sure. Apparently, I'm first reserve if someone doesn't turn up. So
you're Eddie Hearn, the Wish Eddie Hearn.
I'm a Wish Eddie Hearn, so I'll be there. I'll be there just in case anyone doesn't turn up.
Sam, thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV, and catch up with you soon, mate.
Nice one, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.